Ladies and gentlemen, there is some evidence which suggests that Raila Odinga's death was not natural. It was manipulated, that somebody is behind that. Ladies and gentlemen, what is your take? I know you have heard some rumors suggesting that Raila Odinga might have died of food poisoning, might have been killed by somebody. Who was behind Raila Odinga's death? I'm simply saying this because of some of things which some people say.
Call everybody, hata hii mzee yetu Tinga atamgonga. Hiyo mzee atamchanganya, wewe utaona. Na aliniambia hii mzee wachia mimi. Siku alikuwa anataka kwenda EU, nikamuuliza agenda yako na hii mzee ni gani? Anasema acha hii mzee nitapanga yeye. Hii mzee nitapanga yeye kidogo kidogo, peleke EU nini nichukue ODM, and I can see it is happening. So wewe bwana Tinga, you are listening to people who have experience with that man. Sababu wewe ni mzee wetu na uliumia, we want to give you a small tip. Huyo mtu achana naye.
Even the president William Samoei Ruto himself once there before said, and I quote, nitasafirisha huyo mtu mpaka Bondo na atafika kule bila kujua. Then months later baba Raila Odinga amefikishwa Bondo, ukweli tu, bila kujua.
Ile kazi moja tu nimebaki naye ni kutembeza huyo mtu mpaka Bondo aende akae nyumbani. Ndio? Ama namna gani? Sisi tutamtembeza na atafika nyumbani bila kujua. Nego. So, mimi sitaki kusema sana.
But I think that was a slip of tongue. That was politics. As much as I can't conclude that indeed there were plans to eliminate Raila Odinga. In any case, the reason why I'm saying so is because we all know that William Samoei Ruto needed Raila Odinga beyond 2027. In fact, he needed, if there is any man who needed to see Raila Odinga beyond 2027, is none other than William Samoei Ruto. So I don't think that he could do such a thing. But anything is very possible. There is a possibility, because where there is smoke, there is fire. But anyway, that aside, there's a new evidence here, and I want you to listen very carefully, because I don't know where you can actually group this. He calls himself a prophet, and people refers to him as a prophet of God. I don't know whether he's a true prophet of God or a false prophet of God or a prophet of God, as you might pronounce. So just take your time, listen to him. Here is the tape.
We had a page whereby Martin designed a coffin and there were chains on it, and I said somebody, very close person to Raila Odinga. How many people remember? There is a plan of poison, but by somebody who is very close to Raila Odinga. Let me teach something that I want to talk about tonight. I want to talk about a prophetic thing that I captured from what is just happening right now. I know majority and some of us, we have no connection with the death of Baba. Okay? And some of us, we are connected. That's the truth. That's the pure truth. And I don't want to talk about it because the Lord spoke and the voice was not high, or it was high to the level, whatever it was high. But what I know, much is yet to come out. Much is yet to come out. It's just a matter of time. That is what I know. I can freely tell you that because of something that happened, and I'm talking as a prophet, something that happened. Immediately he landed, confusion, authority was broken in front of military. Do you understand what I'm saying? Authorities were broken. For my entire life, I've never seen a place where people pass the systems that are set internationally, and that is breaking up to the airport. There are laws. That is immediately after landing. You know, you people can talk of things that happen, but me, I'm talking of things that happen in the spiritual element. Laws were broken. And when and how were they broken? The laws were broken in the presence of the law keeper, not police, military. Because that's the highest level of administrative. Hello? Am I talking a voice? Laws were broken in front of military, law keepers. That is element number. Then for the first time, militaries of Kenya shoot and they kill citizens. Why? Because they are trying to restore law. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about the land consuming blood. I'm not talking about people working. And I want to tell you, never joke with a liquid called blood, because blood speaketh. Are you hearing me? Because blood does what? Damu huongea. Cheza na maziwa lakini si damu. Cheza na Fanta na Coca-Cola na Del Monte lakini sio, because blood speaketh. When all these combine, then it brings an element of something terrifying. It brings an element of something very terrifying. And what can be that? That thing can be, in all the system and the path of Raila's death, there is a point of betrayal somewhere. But keep it. One day you will come to say, Prophet said something. You know, it's just like, I don't want to talk about this. I know we have been mourning, but it's well, it's good to mourn. But let me tell you about this. Very soon, the truth will come out. And for me, as Prophet Samuel, I'm laying the truth on one. I remember there was a time while we were in Kisumu, if you saw on our page, Azrael TV, we even had a poster, the image, the how is it called, Florence? The page. Huh? Whatever. We had a page whereby Martin designed a coffin and there were chains on it. And
then, ladies and gentlemen, let's come together to conclude this once and for all. You've heard some leaders suggesting that William Samoei Ruto is a bad person. In fact, is more dangerous than Idi Amin Dada. So there is something, there is a possibility that William Samoei Ruto might have played a role in Raila Odinga's death. It was being insinuated by the former deputy president Rigathi Gachagua, as you heard at the beginning of this video. William Samoei Ruto himself once said that he was going to deal with Raila Odinga, na in fact atamsafirisha, he will transport him to his home Bondo without even Raila Odinga knowing that he is being transported to Bondo. Alisema atamsafirisha mpaka Bondo without him kujua. Raila Odinga months later ndio tunasikia habari ya kwamba ameweza kuiaga dunia. Even the way we received the news of Raila Odinga's death inatuchanganya kabisa, because 2 weeks before the official announcement that Raila Odinga had passed on, tulikuwa tumesikia rumors ito Raila Odinga ameweza kuiaga dunia, Raila Odinga leave funeral home. So we were like, indeed, tutasikia Raila Odinga ako wapi? Where is Baba? Where is Raila Odinga? The whole period between the first time we had and the day there when there was an official communication that Raila Odinga ametuacha, hatukupewa picha ya baba. In fact, achana na zile AI generated ama photos ambazo zinachukuliwa from the previous visit to nje ya taifa la Kenya. So hatukuweza kumuona Raila Odinga. There was no video, no photo, nothing ya kutupea as an evidence that Raila Odinga is okay. He's also sick. He's actually receiving treatment. Kenya tulikuwa tunasikia kwamba mwache mdomo, mwache propaganda. Raila Odinga is okay. Raila Odinga is fine and is kicking and atakuja kwa taifa la Kenya. So that is what we had. But for sure, something ilikuwa inaendelea behind the scene. There is a probability. There are those who believe that Raila Odinga hii time yote probably alikuwa ameiaga dunia. Ni venye tu walishindwa venye wata communicate na Wakenya. Na hapo tu naweza wasamee kama government, because status of Raila Odinga ingewakalia ngumu kuweka hiyo information kwa Wakenya. Lazima kwanza wangegeji the ground, waone venye Wakenya wangepokea hiyo taarifa ya kufariki kwa baba Raila Odinga. Now, aside from that, because hiyo ni mambo nitaongelelea in a separate video, tukuja hapa, who was behind Raila Odinga's death? William Samoei Ruto might have made statement in the past venye angesafirisha baba Raila Odinga to Bondo bila baba yeye kujua. Gachagua might have made statement in the past ku accuse William Samoei Ruto anaweza kuwa anapanga njama ya kueliminate baba Raila Odinga. Those are politics. Probably Rigathi Gachagua anaweza kuwa amemake that statement because they have differed. Their political ideologies, their political interests might have diverged. So that is why wanatakiana. Kuongea tu ni siasa tu, my friends. Wacha kuweka siasa kwa haro. Hiyo ni politics. William Samoei Ruto anaweza kuwa make statements in the past because during that time their political interests were diverging. Hakuwa wanaonana. They were in a separate ways. Walikuwa the different political alignments. So there's a probability they were just playing politics. Sasa na ishafanyika, sasa wakuplemiwa ni nani? Hiyo maneno yote inakusanywa because they say internet we never forget. Internet never forgets. So that is why there's a probability. That is why Wakenya wameweka hiyo eti probably mambo yalisemwa yameshafanyika. Nao baba amepumzika, probably tutaona vile serikali itaendeshwa. Labda wanataka tu kutunyanyasa, na mtu tu alikuwa voice kwa hiyo government ama mwenye alikuwa anatetea sauti ya wanyonge ni baba Raila Odinga. That is their opinion. I have my opinion, and my opinion is I don't think, though I can't rule out completely, but there's this thing in me which tells me that William Samoei Ruto actually alikuwa na nia mzuri kwa baba, especially wakati baba alimuokoa, kwa sababu bila baba saizi hakungekuwa na serikali inaitwa William Samoei Ruto government, Kenya Kwanza government, because in 2024 last year majenzi muliona venye walikuwa wamechacha kabisa, and they were very ready to do everything humanly possible to ensure William Samoei Ruto exits. They were not interested ati nani atachukua serikali ama nini. All they wanted is to see William Samoei Ruto out of the government. Yeah, hivyo tu. Lakini baba akasema aje, wacha nisaidie huyu jamaa, kwa sababu watoto wakisema ati wafukuze Ruto hakutakuwa na taifa. That is why probably William Samoei Ruto alikuwa na nia nzuri kwa baba, kwa sababu alimsaidia, and for his political survival, now that amefukuza Rigathi Gachagua, Mount Kenya is not with William Samoei Ruto. He needed Tinga, he needed Raila Odinga support base. That is why nasema kwamba kama kulikuwa na mtu angeprotect kabisa, ama ampea hata kidini moja, tuseme for example kama he died of kidney failure, ampea hata ronusu, kama kuna uwezekano wa kupea mtu ronusu, then that guy is none other than William Samoei Ruto. So William Samoei Ruto, I don't think whether he played a role in eliminating one Raila Odinga. Raila Odinga might have died a natural death because alikuwa na complications at his age 80. Hata ukimwona between 2022 after election and the time tulisikiza ati ameweza kuyaga, Raila Odinga hakuwa sawa. Hata akiwa alikuwa anatembea, unaona tu mzee amechoka nini, hakuwa sawa. Probably there were other underlying conditions. Alikuwa na conditions za mwili zilikuwa zinamfanya akuwe like a function vizuri. So I don't know what might have happened, but vitu zitatokea, mambo yatatokea. Kama kulikuwa na nia fiche, because nimesikia wengine wana link M7 kwa hiyo kifo cha Raila, but it's something we are going to investigate na tutakuja kukufahamisha in due course. So according to you, what do you think? Probably you have a divergent views, ama umeweza kusikiza vitu zingine. I don't know what you think. Maybe you let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, turn on the notification bell so that you're notified every time we post a new video like this. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Hesie. See you in the next video.